Chicago Local Access Cable GTV presents Chardon Hilltopper Football. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Kent, Ohio, to set tonight's Ohio High School Athletic Association regional quarterfinal between our Chardon Hilltoppers and the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. Greg Dees along with John Walsh as always. Today, John, high atop the stadium here at Kent, and the first thing let's talk about is people know what went on at home today, which was the weather, but down here, the weather, the field, everything seems to be good except for the heat.
Yes, it's very cold out there, but field conditions are fine. This field's got a fairly decent grass. There's some bare spots on it, but overall, I don't think field conditions, just the cold, are going to come into play tonight.
There's a couple of rough spots near the goal line as we look down at the field, but as John mentioned, not too much of a problem here. The good news for Kent, last week they didn't play on this field. They played on the road in a mud bowl, so the field is held up very well. It is natural turf here. Let's talk about Chardon's game last week against Willoughby South, John. I talked to a lot of people this week. A lot of them didn't think that it was an upset, that they won. But the way they won, that was what impressed everybody.
Yeah, I don't think the fact that they got the big W out of it was that surprising to many people. But the fact that they did it in a 45-0 fashion, I think that was a little bit surprised, because even though Chardon's defense is good, South had a very touted passing offense, and Chardon just flat out shut them out, and I guess they were hungry to come here tonight.
And let's talk about a touted passing offense, and that's what we're going to see from the Rough Riders tonight. David Rogers, the talented senior quarterback, completion rate of almost 65%, John. So goes him, and that's how the Rough Riders will go, so he is a key to tonight's ball game.
Oh, yeah, he's passed for better than 2,200 yards in the season, and like you said, that high completion rate. They run the spread, so pretty much they come at him, but you can't just sit on that, because you got White Leather coming out of the backfield, a single back in many cases. He had well over 700 yards rushing, so it's kind of one of those, you can't sit on him, but you can't lay back in the pass coverage too, or White Leather will come into play.
Chardon is a team that only has given up 71 yards a game through the air, so they will be definitely tested today by the talented David Rogers. We'll have the kickoff for you soon, but we should tell you that tonight's game, thank very much to all these people I'm about to mention, because without them we would not be sitting here tonight. You would not be watching it in the comfort of your own living room. That, of course, is our good friends over at Chardon Lakes Golf Course. Hey, it may be cold, but just think, you could be golfing soon at Chardon Lakes. What a great course. Junction Auto Family celebrating 75 years. Northeast Ohio, you can depend on Junction Auto. Give them a call at 286-6161. The Geauga County Maple Leaf, with outstanding sports coverage all year long, the Maple Leaf is proud to sponsor Hilltopper football. Go Toppers! By Precision Orthopedic Specialties. Experts in their field, you can call them at 285-4999 for world-class treatment. Go Chardon! By Connecticut Water Treatment, not only great water treatment products, but great people, great community supporters. Call 564-9111 for the absolute best in water treatment products and equipment. I'd also like to thank these great businesses and individuals as well. The Western Reserve Agency. Ward Lawrence has been a longtime supporter of Hilltopper football. You can give him a call at 285-3181 for all your insurance needs. Plum Incorporated, special thanks to Dean Pesca for his support. Give Dean a call for your plumbing challenges, 285-7904. Our friends over at Chardon Rental, a great source for all those tools you don't have. Call 286-9473. They have everything at Chardon Rental. And Goulder Electric. Keith Eldridge, class of 68, says, go Hilltoppers. You can give him a call at 946-4026 for the best in electrical contracting. By Dr. Louis Leone. Family practice and sports medicine are his specialties, and he's the Hilltoppers team doctor. He keeps them healthy each and every week. Call 285-8585 for the best in medical care. Peerless Electric, their name says it all. Call 729-9473 for all your electrical needs. Go Chardon. Tonight's game also brought to you by Melanie and Chris Elliott and Elliott's Lawn Care Service. Call 286-6513. Spring is just around the corner. And by GTV, serving Burton, Chardon, and Middlefield for 10 years with great community programming for everyone. Thanks again for watching GTV. Well, it's the Hilltoppers against the Rough Riders. It's the first round of the playoff, and we'll have the kickoff right after this. You're watching Hilltopper football on GTV. Well, welcome back to Roosevelt Stadium here in Kent as the Chardon Hilltoppers are set for playoff action. Sam Marcotte set to tee it up. A couple of speedsters going back deep for Kent Roosevelt. Eddie Calhoun and John Bell will go back. Didn't Chardon have a John Bell a few years ago?
I believe they did. He might have even went deep on a kick a couple times, as a matter of fact.
Did he wear number 5? That's the question.
I'm not sure about that.
Can't remember what John wore, but at any rate, here we go. Sam Marcotte set to tee it up. The Hilltoppers making their 11th.
And we're underway.
Into the playoffs. And
nice kick.
Roosevelt their first, and that is John Bell. He's across the 20, 25, and down he goes at the 27-yard line. In the arms there for Chardon of Mason Bishop. Offensively for the Rough Riders. Up front, left to right, is Max Nolan, Hank Adams, Jake Karras, Joe Swaney, and Mike Zawistowski. The wideouts will see John Bell, Eddie Calhoun, Adam Hamilton, Brahim Waheed. The man in the backfield is Ryan Whiteleather, and the quarterback is a 6'3", 215-pound senior, David Rogers.
And they came right up to the line of scrimmage. Oops, mishandled the shotgun snap.
Rogers dropped it and got covered there by Lee Thomas all the way back to the 22-yard line. That'll be a loss on the play of 5 or so defensively for the Hilltoppers. Jake Young, Scott Linville, Joe Madsen, and Cody Carroll. The linebackers are Isaiah Charlton, Lee Thomas, Alex Petroff, and Andy Kersinger. And Ty Merkel, Danny Dagg at the corners, Kyle Peterson at safety. It is officially a loss of 5 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 15, and they'll go again with 5 wideouts in the pattern.
We're going to see a lot of that tonight as they use the spread extensively. Sometimes they'll go with a single back, but mainly it's 5 receivers out there.
Rogers in the flat to Whiteleather, and that is incomplete, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. David Rogers on the season has now thrown the ball 218 times. He is 140 for 218 for 2,272 yards, 20 touchdowns on the season for Rogers, along with 7 interceptions. The impressive thing about Rogers is his percentage of completion is almost 65%.
I think he hits a lot of the little quick hits and slant patterns, because with that many receivers, coverage packages are really put to the test.
3rd and 15, Rogers going to roll out. Now he's going to be chased, and down he goes. Cody Carroll back at the 10-yard line. Great coverage by the secondary of Chardon. That was definitely a coverage sack there, John.
Yeah, without a doubt, because I'll tell you, he kept looking downfield, rolled out a little more to his right, rolled back to his left, and finally Carroll just was able to corral him, but he couldn't find any of those 5 wideouts he had out there wide open so he could toss the ball to him.
Well, the dangerous Danny Dagg will stand back at his 42-yard line to receive the punt from Eddie Calhoun.
Yeah, Chardon's going to get it in very good field position for their first possession of the game.
Absolutely no wind to speak of tonight. It is a cool, crisp night, but no wind. And Calhoun hits a low wobbler that will take a nice Roosevelt bounce. And
still going.
Yep. Down to the 42.5-yard line, and that's where Chardon will take over. Let's look at the Hilltopper offense. Left to right, Cody Carroll, Alex Coates, John Sangrick, Kylie Ritt, and Joe Madsen. Greg McCauley at tight end. We'll see Danny Dagg, Joey Case, Jake Young, A.J. Teresi, among others. The halfback, Kyle Peterson, Lee Thomas, the fullback, and John Ross, the 6'1", 185-pound senior quarterback, will come out.
Yeah, this is the big test here of how this Roosevelt defense can handle the Chardon offense.
And it's Thomas with a gaping hole to midfield and then some. Down the sideline and out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. All the way down to, looks to be the 37-yard line is where it looks like they'll spot it. Huge hole on the left side. Defensively for the Rough Riders, it's Eric Brander, Matt Grimm, Mike Zawistowski, and Daniel Richardson up front. The linebackers, Eddie Calhoun, Norman Stikes, and Adam Hamilton. The deep backs, Tyler Lohr, Nick Frank, Ryan Whiteleather, and Javante Jackson. Not much doing on that play. A gain of about 3 on that first down.
Yeah, I think that was Thomas again. They tried going up the middle. That time they were waiting on him. It was number 34, Whiteleather, the leading tackler from his middle linebacker position, is in on that one.
You're going to hear a lot of his name on both sides of the football tonight. They'll give him a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. McCauley will come tight at left end. They will send Dagg to the far side. Now Kersinger is into the game as a new man in the backfield. 2nd down and 7. And this time it's Thomas again, and that time he's able to pick up a yard or 2 on that 2nd down. They'll bring up a 3rd down and about 6 to go.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job of this evening. Like I was alluding to the fact that it'd be interesting to see how Roosevelt's defense can handle the wing tee. They have seen it earlier at one time this season against Crestwood, but that's another version of wing tee. It's like seeing a pretty girl. There's a lot more of them out there, you know, and Chardon comes out. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much they've studied the film on him.
They run the option, and Ross will be short of the first down. He'll get it to near the 30-yard line, more than likely 4-down territory. They actually will mark it closer to the 29-yard line, so to leave him a long yard short of the first down. So John Ross is 95th carry of the season. It puts him over 480 yards on the ground.
Yeah, this is a big critical play for the Roosevelt defense. If they're going to plan on sealing up Chardon tonight, now would be a good time for them to settle in. 4th and 2 now. They actually spot it back at the 30-yard line, and we've got a whistle and we've got a timeout for the Hilltoppers. Hey, we got a little announcement for you here. We want to pass along from the Chardon folks that the Chardon football program would like to recognize and thank good folks over at Max Dugan's for supporting the football team by donating money to enable the players to purchase special playoff t-shirts. These shirts are emblazoned with the slogan selected by the players themselves. That slogan is Brotherhood Every Down. And thanks again to Max Dugan's for helping out and contributing to Chardon football this year. So 4th down and 2. Well, this would be a good down for them to put that T-shirt slogan into action, wouldn't it? Just get total brotherhood there and see if you can push forward for that 2.5 yards necessary to get the first down. Thomas is the lone setback. That's the jet sweep, and that is Peterson, and he's got the first down. Yes. Needed 2, got 3, and that'll be a first down for the Hilltoppers. Kyle Peterson's 41st carry of the year puts him over 220 yards on the season. Chardon predominantly on the ground this season, almost 295 yards a game and only 63 through the air, but totally you're looking at a team, John, that offense per ball game of 358 yards, which will win you a lot of ball games, which Chardon did. And they're going up against another offensive-based team. Chardon, if you had to put a hat on them, it would probably be they're a more defensive-based team, you know, because defense has kept them in every single ball game they've had so far. Up the middle for about 3 yards. Yeah, is that Peterson again? Yep. It was Kyle Peterson. It was Kyle Peterson. Number 78, Eric Brandner, and number 72. Yeah, this is one of those they run up against. Quite honestly, in pregame warm-ups, watching the quarterback throw and all that, I think we haven't seen the true Rodgers yet coming out of that quarterback position. He's a very talented-looking quarterback with talented receivers, so I think it's they're going to be putting some points on the board. It's up to their defense to take Chardon out of it if they're capable. There's Peterson again, and Peterson gets it inside the 20 to the 16-yard line, and that'll be a first down by a yard. Yes. Yep. So Chardon's got a good drive going here. Thought they'd have better field position, but that punt just rolled and rolled, but they got decent field position out of it, and they're capitalizing on that by moving the ball downfield. Kent Roosevelt comes into this ball game undefeated. As a matter of fact, they've won their last 13 games in a row, dating back to the last 3 games of the season last year. It's a first down and 10. But none are more important than tonight's game to them, I'm sure. Their first playoff appearance ever. There's Peterson again. He's inside the 10. He's inside the 5. He dives. Touchdown. Nice drive. Kyle Peterson goes in from 16 yards out. Yeah, they moved the ball well, spread it out well. Probably the bulky yards were from Peterson on that run and a couple of previous runs, but Chardon offense looks like it's clicking tonight. Actually, that might have been, was that Dag? I couldn't tell from up here. It might have been Danny Dag. That ran it? No, I thought it was 29 Peterson. First down, or excuse me, first extra point. Sam Marcotte will attempt at Marcotte. 36 out of 39 in extra points. So Chardon takes their first drive. They march it right down the field. And they will get on the board first. The extra point by Marcotte is up, and that one is good. Seconds. They'll get on the board second as well with the extra point. 7:14 to go here in the first quarter. And Kent, well, they get their opening jitter. I mean, this is new territory for them. Chardon has been in the playoffs several times in the past. What, 11 This is the 12th time?
This will be the 11th, yeah.
This is the 11th, okay. This is the first time that Kent Roosevelt High School has been in the playoffs, so this is high excitement time, and it's also the point of the kids not realizing what the level and intensity level is. You got the nervousness of playoffs. It's just uncharted territory for them, so that first drive we saw there is which really wasn't a good one for Kent. I'm sure that isn't the true Kent team. They'll settle in here, and I think we're going to have a heck of a ball game tonight.
Eddie Calhoun and John Bell go back deep. They'll stand about their 10-yard line. Sam Marcotte the kickoff. So Chardon used their defense to their advantage and then got the football back, and that one will squib and roll foul. So that'll go out of bounds, and that will mean that Kent will get the football at their 35-yard line. So that one squibbed away from John Bell that time.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they were attempting to do, except for the out-of-bounds portion. I think they wanted to squib it down there to minimize the return value, because it looks like their returners got some speed on them. And anytime you get a speed guy back there, one little lane and it could be big trouble. So I think squibbing the ball down in their territory is probably the best approach.
They run Waheed and Calhoun to the far side. They run Bell and Hamilton to the near side. Now they've got White Leather in the backfield for the first time tonight. And
a little extra
the quarterback's going to keep it, and he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage at the 35. While you lean forward for a gain of a yard on the play. David Rogers on the season has over 480 yards rushing, John, so he's not somebody that can't run as well, so he's kind of a multifaceted guy.
Yeah, but I don't know how many of those are straight runs and how many are just lanes open up where he scrambled ahead to get his yardage.
Same formation, they'll run the same wideouts to each side.
I think that was just a let's get our confidence in gear, start getting in sync, safe little play, you call that one.
2nd and 9, Rogers to throw. He zings the ball, and it's caught, and that is complete to Brahim Waheed, and there's a flag.
Wow.
Will come in.
Must be a face mask or something. I didn't see any piling on or anything like that. He's got it marked for the first down, which is probably the proper marking on that.
Forward progress got him to the 47-yard line.
Actually, they gave him an excellent spot on that one. This referee has it a yard back. See him standing here, and but they're going to leave it a yard forward. What was that?
It's not going to make much difference because we got a personal foul against Chardon. Will march it another 15 yards after that. A little bit of problems going on underneath the pile.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I guess it wasn't a face mask, or he would have marked it as that. So I don't know if it was an extra elbow thrown in or what.
They'll bring the ball all the way inside the 40 to the 38 of Chardon.
But it's definitely not something you want when you want to shut a team down when you got them reeling a little bit. You want to keep that going and not give them a free 15 yards.
1st down and 10. That's Calhoun. He takes it in motion and goes nowhere. Lee Thomas making the tackle back at the 40-yard line. That's a loss of 2.
Jake Young had an initial hit on that, and Thomas finished him off for him as he slid off of Young. That was a good team effort, and both the Chardon defensive lineman and linebacker getting penetration into the backfield of the Rough Riders.
Pass is intended for Waheed, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, he was out there, he had a little bit of a cushion, and that was a catchable ball. That was just dropped by Waheed because Rogers delivered it on the money. It should have been pulled in and probably would have ended up with a 6-yard or so gain after a couple more yards running, where he did have that little cushion of I think Chardon is playing back a little bit on their coverage just because they have seen a little bit of speed from some of these receivers on their routes.
3rd down and 12. Rogers again. Here comes the blitz. He's got to roll out, still looking, and he's going to be chasing. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. Going to lose a couple more yards there. Great pursuit there. Finally, Scott Linville knocked him out of bounds. Saw Jake Young in there as well. Loss of a couple more yards. Now bring up a 4th down.
Like you said, they did blitz Thomas up the middle there, but White Leather did a good job. He didn't get a great block on him, but enough to deflect him off so Rogers could flow out to the right and try to make something happen.
Eddie Calhoun will stay in to punt.
Riders.
So his defense does their job again, even with the personal fouls.
Danny Dagg inside his 20.
Danny Dagg to receive the punt.
Calhoun going to angle it. Now he's going to kick it to the near side. It's going to bounce inside the 5 and into the end zone it goes. So it'll be a 43-yard punt. No return, obviously, but only a net of 23, and that will give the Hilltoppers their second possession. 5:30 to go, first quarter. Chardon leads it by a score of 7-0, and they will get the football back at their own 20.
I tell you, we were walking on that field, and it's not that hard. I mean, it's not a soft field, but it's not. But that ball's just shooting off of that. That's 2 now where it's hit the ground and just shot forward 15, 20 yards.
James Liggett into the ball game for Chardon as a wideout. And there's an end around to Charlton, and Charlton gets across the 25-yard line. Looks like he'll pick up 6 on that first down.
Well, that's definitely something you want in your first down plays.
By number 9, Adam Hamilton, and number 34, Ryan White.
You know, again, mix in more and more backs. That makes the offense more and more confusing as you go on. I think that's a good game plan to get everybody into the mix, and so they can't sit on Thomas, they can't sit on Charlton, they can't sit on Peterson or Young or any of those.
There's a handoff. That's Charlton again. He's across the 30 to the 31, and that's another first down for the Hilltoppers. They'll stop the clock with 4:53 to go first quarter. Chardon has picked up yet another first down. They have moved the ball very well on both drives so far. First drive was a touchdown drive, and this is their second drive of the ball game.
Yeah, they're moving the ball real well today.
Going to keep it. Got a block. Still got another block, and he's across the 40 and out of bounds. He'll go at the 43-yard line. If he got that far, that'll be a first down.
I'll tell you, you got a great block out there by Andy Kirchinger right on the corner. And Ross did just a tremendous job there waiting for Kirchinger to set up the block, cut it to the inside, and got real good yardage out of that. Chardon's fired up. They got their intensity level where it belongs. Ken Roosevelt has to learn what the playoffs are about and get that level up there. I'm sure they're a very talented team.
And around that is Kirchinger. He's to midfield, and down he goes.
Good hard run.
Frank with a nice body tackle there. Gain of 8. That was a little counter there that Kirchinger was able to pick up 8 yards on that first down. Now, this is kind of the old-style wing tee that I'm used to seeing the Hilltoppers run. A lot of misdirection. We haven't seen a lot of that this year.
It's spread out, which is a very important component as well. So you can't sit on 1, 2, even 3 players. In past years, Chardon, if you took the quarterback out of the game, you've stopped half the offense, But now they've spread it out. It's looking good.
2nd and 8. The pile moves forward near a first down on forward progress.
They might measure that one from where he's got it spotted.
Mason Bishop comes up off the bottom of the pile with the football.
No, it looks like he might have his spot there,
Tackle made by Ryan White.
Have they signaled it yet, though?
Well, they stopped the clock to take a look at it. We'll see where they mark it.
It looks to me like it is, but they might measure.
Yep, they're going to want to look at it.
Yeah,
so there's 3:46 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Chardon. Their drive continues here. They're going to bring the chains out to.
Well, the way their offense has been going, and their line seems to be doing the job, opening up little lanes. And
from up here, it looks like they got it from about half the length of the football.
I think so, too.
They needed to get past the stripe, and it looks like the football's past that.
That's a good call, though, from the referee, though. It's a playoff game. You make sure. If there's any doubt at all, measure it. It just takes an extra minute.
They'll pull it out, and that will be a first down.
Yes, it will.
So that's a first down for the Chardon Hilltoppers. The Hilltoppers faithful still rolling in here. There's still cars coming into the parking lot behind us here, and the visiting stands are starting to fill up.
Yeah, it was a little slow earlier, like 5 minutes before game time. It looked like they were going to have some trouble filling the stands, but now it looks like they might come very close to filling them.
First down and 10. The ball is at the 47-yard line of Kent. Clock is running, 3:42 to go.
Chardon again on a drive.
John Ross going to keep it. He looks, he dumps it, passes, caught. That's a tight end, McCauley. He's down to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 7 yards on that first down.
Yeah, that's a good underhand. And that's a good time to put in the pass. To just plant a little seed in their head that, yes, we will throw the ball on occasion. Because that's first attempt tonight. Really, it's not a point where you need to pass, where they would be looking for a pass at all, because you've had great success running the ball right down their throats, in essence. And, mixing one in at that time was an excellent play call.
Second down along 3. There's another handoff on the far side, and that's another first down for the Hilltoppers.
I think that was Peterson on the carry.
Peterson gets the first down. That'll march it down to the 33-yard line of Kent.
And again, the Hilltoppers are just moving the ball very easily against this.
Under 3 minutes to go, 2:54 and counting, first quarter. Flags fly as Thomas takes the handoff, and he gets to the 27.5-yard line, but this will probably come back
thrown by the back judge.
Yep, illegal shift.
Number 30, Lee Thomas of the ball carrier, tackled away by number 3, Nick
That'll
Frank,
give the 5-yard penalty against the Hilltoppers to bring up a first down and 15. Now, keep in mind, the last 2 weeks, this Rough Rider team that has won 10 in a row has only given up 13 total points in the last 2 weeks in the ball games, and they're ready. Chardon has 7 tonight, and they're marching down the field right now. It's a pretty good defensive unit that Chardon is seeing.
Illegal shift called on Chardon. Moves the ball back 5 yards.
This will be a first down and 15.
Again, those were 2 Division III schools, one with a 6-4 record, one with a 2-8 record, so they weren't exactly playing playoff caliber teams in those 2 games.
Looked for a block, and he was able to pick up 5 or 6 yards on that play, upended by Matt Grimm. So he'll get the penalty yardage back, and that'll bring up a second down at about 9.5.
Yes, closer to 10, I think. I think he pretty much got the penalty yardage, and that was about it. Not much more. The way they're moving the ball, 6, 7 yards a crack or something, this is really no big problem. The Rough Riders have got to figure out how to stop this offense somehow or another.
Dag to the far side, Liggett to the near side. That's Young going in motion now. Ross, there's a little dump pass. It's incomplete. That could have been big trouble. He overshot Kyle Peterson, and that pass was in the area of an interception possibly back there. Javante Jackson was the nearest man. Third down.
Yeah, actually, that could have been easily picked off as that ball was overthrown, and Jackson just didn't seem like he was ready for it. And he could have ran back a long way, too, if he had been able to pick that one off, because that was to the wide side of the field. Chardon really didn't have anybody out there.
3rd and 10. That's Peterson. He gets stood up after a gain of a yard or 2 at the 32-yard line. He'll pick up 2, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 8.
I'll tell you, that play got the Kent crowd into the game a little bit. That's what they needed. And, I'm assuming Chardon will just go for it. Punting's a little dangerous here because you can end up with, kicking the end zone with it. So you net 12 out of it. That's all.
Yep. So Dag will come in, Merkel will go out. Dag will run the play in.
Ball's at the Roosevelt 32-yard line.
I think I'd try to go over to the wide side of the field and take it outside somehow or another.
Lee Thomas is a single setback. Kersinger is a wing on the near side. He goes in motion. They fake it. Ross rolling out. He's looking. He dumps it. Pass is incomplete. Threw it a little bit behind McCauley. That would have been a first down, but the ball was a little bit behind Greg, and he couldn't hang on. That'll be a turnover on downs to the Rough Riders, and they'll get the ball at their own 32-yard line.
That's what they needed to build up their confidence level, because I tell you, Chardon has had their way with them offensively today, and just pushing them around and marching the ball downfield. Finally, they had something positive happen. They were able to hold them, get the turnover on downs.
That penalty comes back to haunt the Hilltoppers. 50 seconds to go, first quarter. White leather in the backfield to the right of Rogers. 4 wideouts, 2 to either side. Rogers back to throw. Looks like he's going to set up a screen, and the pass was incomplete. pass behind Adam Hamilton.
David Rogers.
That was a badly set up screen. That thing had no possibility of working at all. I think Chardon sniffed it out real early, and they dropped back because it seemed like there was just a ton of Chardon players in the area waiting for him to throw it. Rogers is drifting back with no pressure, and you screen pass where the quarterback has no pressure means it's not working.
2nd down and 10. Rogers to throw. Now he's going to be chased out of the pocket, and down he goes. Hanging on there was
Cody
Carroll. That's a loss of the play of 2, so Cody Carroll, his 6th sack of the season. Back to the 30-yard line, 3rd down and 12. And the defensive backfield of Chardon again, John, has really been stellar so far.
Yeah, because Rogers was looking down and couldn't find an open man down there, and Carroll was pushed to the backside of the pocket and just didn't give up. Came back in and took Rogers just as he was ready to start his scramble downfield.
9 on the game clock as Rogers takes the snap. Plenty of time, fires pass, caught. That is John Bell, and Bell's got the 1st down up to the 49-yard line, and that's going to do it for the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 Chardon, but Kent Roosevelt is on the march just shy of midfield. Today's game being brought to you by Chardon Lakes Golf Course, by the Junction Auto Family, by the Geauga County Maple Leaf, by Precision Orthopedic Specialties, by Connecticut Water Treatment, by Western Reserve Agency and Plum Incorporated, by Chardon Rental and Goulder Electric, by Dr. Louis Leone, and by Peerless Electric. Tonight's game also being brought to you by Melanie and Chris Elliott of Elliott's Lawn Care, and of course by GTV. Glad we could be back with you again for bonus coverage here, the playoffs, with the Chardon Hilltoppers taking on the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders tonight. It is a cool night here in Kent. The Chardon Hilltoppers offense off to a pretty good start, ran the ball pretty well, and now the defense being tested here, John. 1st down and 10 for Kent Roosevelt. They've got it at their 49-yard line. The interesting thing when you look at Chardon's defense on the season, not only have they only given up 94 points on the year, which is 9.4 points a ball game, 52 of those points were given up in the 4th quarter.
And some of those were in blowouts. We had 2nd, 3rd team in there.
Yep, so 39 points throughout the course of the season over the first 3 quarters for Chardon. 1st down and 10. Rogers swings it out. That's Waheed. He's into Chardon territory, and he coughed it up into the hands of Danny Dagg. Dagg down the near sideline to the 40. He cuts back to the 35 and down to the 31-yard line. They popped Brahim Waheed. It might have been Lee Thomas that made the hit right into the arms of Danny Dagg, and he brings it back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Dagg was just standing there to help out if he was needed, and all of a sudden somebody tossed him the ball, it seemed, and he says, okay, fine. He took off running.
That's a turnover. Now, Chardon is the team that has turned the ball over on fumbles. They've fumbled 34 times,
yeah, which is
lost 16 of them.
That's a lot of putting the ball on the ground.
But Kent Roosevelt is the one right now that makes the big play. They got the chains backwards.
Yeah.
Chardon needs to go back 10 yards to pick up the 1st down. Now they'll move it in the correct spot.
Actually, they were at the 1st down, didn't they? I think they just had to take a knee and they'd have a 1st down.
Yeah, the referee caught that one and said, I think we're backwards, boys.
Something just doesn't look right here.
1st down and 10. That is Charlton in motion. Ross is going to keep it, and he will get flung forward after a gain of 3 on the play. So John Ross on 1st down will pick up 3 tough yards there.
Again, that was White Leather, their leading tackler from his middle linebacker spot, making that stop.
Well, we'll see if Chardon can capitalize on that turnover.
I tell you, the Rough Riders had it nicely turned around. They did their defensive stand, stop Chardon. We're starting to click a little bit, and then they had the turnover, and that just shows what turnovers can do for you. It can just kill you, take you right out of a game.
Ross again going to keep it with some running room, and he cuts back, and he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. They'll mark it at close to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. We'll see that looking at the linesman on the near side, more or less looking at the 21, but the umpire will spot it at the 22. So that'll put him 2 yards shy of a first down, be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, this is getting into the thick territory, because before we were in 4-down territory. Here, who knows? They might take a shot, because that's not an unreasonable field goal from that point.
Mason.
It'd be 38 yards from where it is now.
Bishop is in the backfield. That's Young in motion. And he takes the handoff, and he does not get back to the line of scrimmage. He couldn't get his footing going around the corner there, and Calhoun was able to grab him from behind, and that'll be a loss of a yard on the play. 4th down and 3.
I think they're going to be going for it, because I don't see the kicking team coming up. Well, now they're making some substitution. Are they going to?
Nope, they're going for it.
Okay.
They brought Ty Merkel in. They brought Eddie Liggett in. Herzinger will go on a wing. Charlton and Thomas are now back in the backfield as well. 4th down and a long 2. Ross on the run. Dumps it. Pass is incomplete. That was White Leather on the coverage there. Thomas was down on one knee, dropped the ball, and White Leather gave him a shove from behind, and Thomas didn't like that very well. Asked the official why that wasn't roughing.
Well, I'm not sure it really was, because it's one of those points. Can you really say White Leather didn't know he didn't have the ball?
Right.
Even though his knee was down, it's kind of one of those reaction things. And it wasn't, ridiculous where he did the headshot or anything. He just kind of gave him a little, hey, how you doing in the back?
1st down and 10. 9:54 to go here in the first half. And Chardon's going to take
timeout number 2.
Another timeout, I think. Yep, we're going to take a timeout with 9:54 to go.
Out on the field, timeout Chardon.
So remember that high school sports is just part of the programming lineup on GTV. Sports coverage will continue into the winter as we are Berkshire, Cardinal, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, and Chardon sports, including wrestling, basketball, and gymnastics. So check GTV regularly for replay dates and times. Election results this Tuesday start around 8 p.m. And of course, the holiday programs. We're into November. Holiday programming is also on the horizon. All this in addition to the community bulletin board service, which is provided 24 hours a day on GTV channels 22 and 23. Chardon defense hoping that they can get a stop here. They lead it 7-0.
Yes, so far they've done a good job. Kent Roosevelt had that little spurt where they completed a couple nice little passes, but that ended with the turnover.
Rogers to throw. Got some time. There's a flag. Pass is incomplete. I think we're going to have a hold. Herzinger was grabbing Eddie Calhoun going by, and I'm pretty sure that's what the call is going to be.
There's a flag on the field.
Is that about where the flag? Yeah, it is out here, isn't it?
Calhoun did a move on Herzinger, and that will be a hold against the Chardon Hilltoppers.
Holding called on the defense.
Yeah, that's one of those that when you're a linebacker, you get for Chardon, you don't really get involved that much in the pass coverage. You have some short assignment or something, but with that spread offense, your assignments change a lot, and in essence, you kind of become a secondary guy rather than a linebacker, and that's just a tough position and transition to make for some of these players sometimes.
1st down and 10. Ryan Whiteleather is in the backfield with David Rogers, the quarterback, 4 wideouts. Rogers swings it out. Pass is incomplete. That is knocked around, intended for John Bell. That ball ricocheted, and Bell signaling back to Rogers. You got to throw the ball higher off the ground.
Yeah, that could.
Boy, he
that
rifled
really,
that though, huh?
Yeah, but that really was a poor pass. I mean, it was one of those. If you do catch it, you got to do it diving, and you're probably going to lose 2 yards. So it's not a real effective pass pattern.
2nd down and 10.
As a matter of fact, it was so close that one of the Chardon players trailed after the ball, thinking it might have been a lateral, and it probably wasn't forward that much, maybe a yard or so.
Calhoun and Waheed to the near side, Hamilton and Bell to the far side. 2nd down and 10, and that's Rogers. Rogers rolls out. Pass is caught by Calhoun. Stood up by Danny Dagg across the 42-yard line. Very, very close to a first down. We'll see where they mark
I think he's got it. I think the stakes at about the 42. I think he's got it closer to the 43.
Yep, first down. Some nice misdirection there by the Rough Riders, and they'll have the ball at the 43-yard line. First down and 10, 9:40 to go here in the first half.
I do like the way they use Rodgers, though. They drop him back into the pocket. They roll him to the left, roll him to the right. So it's kind of like he's not a target you can just set your sights on and go after, because he might not be there. He might be on the other side of the field.
Tag on the blitz. Calhoun's got it. 20, 15, cuts back 10, down inside the 5, leans forward, touchdown. 57 yards on that touchdown pass from Rodgers to Calhoun. Rodgers' 21st touchdown pass of the year, and for Calhoun is his 12th reception for a touchdown.
I'll tell you what really set that play up, though, was that pump fake that Rodgers gave. That was just tremendous. He did a pump fake towards the middle of the field and then threw it off to the left side to Calhoun. It was just beautifully set up play, and that allowed Calhoun to use his speed and get free out there, and able to break the tackle afterwards, too, for a touchdown. Nice completion.
Emily Moran in to attempt the PAT. Junior kicker. She's got some mud to contend with down there near the 10-yard line. The snap is down.
Good in warm-up.
Yep, and that one
didn't get that one
no
up.
Good. Didn't get it off the ground, and that will be a PAT that is officially blocked. And so with 9:29 to go here in the first half, it is 7-6, and we always say it when something like that happens. You wonder how that's going to affect the outcome of the game, if at all. But Chardon will get the football back after really being stymied the last couple of times they've had it. So we'll see if they can get that offense back in gear here and try to get this lead extended to more than 1 point.
Well, I don't know if I call it stymied. I mean, they have moved the ball. They've just fell a little short on critical fourth down plays and weren't able to do it from there. But they haven't totally shut down Chardon's offense. It's clicking. Chardon just hasn't been able to put it in the goal line short of the first drive.
Dag, Merkel, Peterson will stand back at their 10.
17, Joe Beckwith will kick off.
Joe Beckwith will do the honors of the kickoff.
Well, that's the quickest way to become an experienced playoff team, is to get that first score under your belt.
Yep.
It's all the butterflies and doubts are gone now. We got a ball game.
It is Dag at the 16. 25-30. He is hit right at the 30-yard line, and down he goes. He was hit by Eric Brandner, and also looked like Chris Bradley in there as well, and that will give the Toppers the football back. First down and 10. Good field position at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, now they got to just go right back to the stuff that was working earlier in the game. Spread the ball out and probably work on staying away from those penalties. Don't get the illegal shifts and legal motions and that sort of stuff. Play good, solid, fundamental football.
That's Charlton with some room. He's got almost 9 on that first down, Isaiah Charlton.
But I tell you, they sealed that left side so well. I mean, he was given that corner, absolutely, and then he was getting some help on the outside by his wideouts trying to block those guys so he can open it up for even more. Good blocking by Chardon that time on their left side.
Chardon on the season is penalized about 44 yards a ball game.
Sometimes it seems like a lot more. I don't know if those are games with no penalties, and then
that's Ross. Huge hole up to midfield. He will pick up almost 11 on that play. Boy, he shot through that gap.
Well, that's the thing. You just strung them out by going outside wide, and sealing that out there. That's going to force people to cheat a little bit to the outside, which consequently is going to open up the middle more. So spreading it out on different parts of the field is what is making this offense work tonight.
First down and 10 at the 49. 8.5 to go. That's Charlton, and he is able to somehow muscle himself for a couple of yards there. It looked like Adam Hamilton was hanging on. That touchdown is pretty significant for Kent. That is only the second score that Chardon's allowed in the second quarter all season. They allowed one touchdown earlier on in the year, and that's been it.
Well, like I said earlier, I think this a potent offense that Kent has here. You know, and it's a very difficult one if they're clicking to defend. So I really think it's up to the Chardon offense to take control tonight and win this game for them, not the defense as much.
Ross going to keep it, and he will get near the 45-yard line, so he'll pick up 4 yards, and that'll bring up a third down and about 4.
Made by number 78, Eric Brandner.
No, it's Brandner on the tackle.
It's kind of like going back to the old days of the NFL when they had Eric Coryell and that sort of stuff. It was like the way to beat them was to outscore them. Not to, you couldn't really stop them, and I kind of think that's what we have going here tonight. Chardon's offense is going to have to beat Kent Roosevelt's defense, rather than defense beating the offense and vice versa.
3rd and 4. That's Peterson, and he's
got it,
close
I believe.
to a first down.
Yeah, it looks like he got a bad spot. I thought he was up a little bit further, but I think it's going to be short from where they did spot the ball.
It'll be a 4th down, but it'll be about a half a yard shy.
Short of the first down. That brings
See if
up
they just hunker down behind old Kylie Ritt and Joe Madsen on the right side. Just
that's
lean
what I was
forward.
going to say. Okay. Coach Dees, what play you calling here?
Oh, my quarterback sneak, baby.
There we have
Over
it.
the right side.
Okay.
4th and a half a yard.
Just follow the big boys, huh?
There it is.
There it is.
And that's a first down.
Move the stakes.
See that?
Good call, Coach.
Thank you very much. You got 255 and 275 on your right side. I'm thinking I'm taking my chances. First down for the Hilltoppers. They get it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Nice job there by the offensive line.
Yeah, just got enough, sir. You don't need a lot when you got that short a distance.
Well, and also good job by John Ross, because a lot of time you get the yips on those plays. You're so anticipating the snap to get forward that you mishandle it sometimes, and it costs you. 1st and 10. Ross again. Ross for another solid 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, that was kind of a glorified quarterback sneak with a fake first.
Yep. And he just follows that back, you know.
Yeah.
Coming up on 6:12 to go here in the first half. 7-6 Hilltoppers. We're coming in tonight from Kent Roosevelt High School. Nice, cool, but crisp night.
It is cool.
Feels like football, though, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely so.
There is Peterson. Big first down along the far side. And out of bounds he will go inside the 25-yard line.
I'm glad we could be inside for this one, to tell you the truth, though, because I think it's a little colder out there in the stands. As you look on the Chardon side, they've done a pretty good job of filling up their side of the stands.
They will spot it at the 24. It'll be a first down and 10.
And then you also have the group of people that just can't sit during the game. We always got the fence hangers.
Ride the rail.
Of course, they got them on this side, too. I see Kent Roosevelt fans in this, hanging on the fence down there.
Peterson again gets near the first down again, as he will get actually about to the 16-yard line. So he'll be a couple of yards shy there. But another gain of, it looks like a solid 7. And I thought somebody got wiped out on the far side, but one of the Rough Riders a little slow getting up, and that is Norman Sykes. So Sykes a little bit shaken up as he wanders back to the huddle. Yeah, almost said the dugout there, and the captain sees it been over for 2 months.
That surprised me. I'm looking at Sykes. I see the number 7. I said, that can't be right. That's too big a boy to have a number 7. But he's 6 foot 218. So
this time it's Charlton, and he will get the first down.
Charlton, the ball carrier,
and it's the same play they've been running, John. They're just going student body left on that little jet sweep there, and it's been working pretty consistently on this drive. So the Hilltoppers will get the ball down to the 12-yard line. It'll be a first down and 10. They can still pick up a first down at the 2-yard line.
And then they've been using Ross and the counter off that. Fake the jet sweep, and he cuts it right up the middle and getting good yardage.
They bring Lee Thomas back in as the running back.
So it's not necessarily calling the right play at the right time. It's setting up the play for one down the road.
There's Charlton. He takes it, and he gets on his horse until about the 8-yard line, so he'll pick up about 4 yards on the far side.
Tackle made by number 2.
This game's going fairly quickly. tonight.
Oh, boy.
What, we get a flag? Or?
No. We'll be here till midnight now. Thanks very much.
I see.
We appreciate
sorry.
that, John.
I forget you and your little
second down.
bad luck comments.
And 7. That time it's Peterson. He just lost his footing going around the corner. Might have got a yard. Feet came right out from underneath him. 4:18 and counting here in the first half. 76 Chardon.
Boy, I tell you, that first down play is so important. When they got 2nd and 3, you know, it's like a piece of automatic first down almost. But when they don't get that big yardage in the first play, then they can get stopped for just a yard or so in the second play. It's kind of, I don't know if you get momentum build up or if it's they figure you might come with a pass because of the free play almost.
3rd and 6. They go with around the outside and near the 1-yard line.
Dan Ross, the ball carrier, tackled by Norman Sykes.
That'd be first and goal from down there. He did pick up the first down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
almost got into the end zone.
He got so close they had to put the pylon back in place. They knocked it out.
Ross had me fooled on that one because I was ready to call Lee Thomas's number, getting stuffed up the middle.
Oh, he didn't make it?
No.
1-yard line.
And Ross will take it down to the 1-yard line, and there's going to be...
First and goal for Chardon.
Yeah, I let Thomas go. I followed the ball. Silly me.
Yeah, go figure, right?
It's an injury timeout on the field.
So we've got, and that's the same man. That's Norman Sykes. He was banged up on that last play and stayed in there. Now he's going to come out of the game hobbling off. Tanner May will come in to take his spot. 3:48 to go. First half. Chardon with 4 cracks at it from a yard out.
Yeah, it's kind of odd in the Roosevelt program here. Every player is only at one position. They don't have anybody listed as to it. Like Sykes is only a running back. He has no defensive.
Into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well,
Chardon answers.
I tell you, if you got the ball 1st and goal on the 1, and you give it to Thomas 3 times and don't score, you don't deserve to score. You know.
Well,
so I agree with that. If you got it that close, go with the fullback.
So Chardon will bring Sam Marcotte in to attempt the point after. John Ross to hold. 13-6 now. So Chardon gave up the score and went right down the field 70 yards.
That's what they needed to do. Keep that cushion on them. Because I'll tell you this Kent Roosevelt offense can strike real quick. And you want to have a cushion on them. Don't let them be right there where they can take the lead on you. So that was an excellent answering drive by Chardon on that one.
So there you have it. Sam Marcotte with another extra point. That's good. So with 3:45 to go in the first half, it is 14-6. Chardon. Marcotte now 37 out of 41 in extra points. What a great season that sophomore kicker has had, John. 3 out of 4 in field goals. Definitely a threat. And especially once we get into these playoffs, we see a lot of times the kicking game determines the outcome. And I think Chardon's got a good one for the next 3 years.
Oh, they got a very good one. And the chances are he's only going to get better and better with stronger leg kick, a little more confidence in his abilities. And his kickoffs are excellent. He gets good height on them and kicks them down, sometimes through the end zone, sometimes down to the 5.
So he will kick off.
It goes to the trestle concept of special teams are going to win you championships.
That's Bell at the 13. He's across the 20, 25, squirts through a hole to the 35-yard line before he is covered. Jake Young on the tackle.
And that was a good one because he didn't have many guys backing him. He didn't bring down Bell like now.
Number 25, Jake Young.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10. Well, the Rough Riders have 3 timeouts and 3:38 to go.
I tell you, this is a big defensive series for Chardon because it's really, they want to shut him down. Because quite honestly, I think Kent Roosevelt has a little bit more overall team speed. They can hit the bigger plays. Chardon's got to do the driving, and the clock's not going to allow Chardon another longer drive.
There's Calhoun, and he is upended in Chardon territory. Nice open field tackle there by Danny Dagg, but all the way down to the Chardon 48. And that ankle tackle has kind of...
Rogers pass complete.
Yeah, it's got to twist Calhoun a little bit. Yeah, he's a little ginger on his. He's going back into the huddle.
Lose the ball into Chardon territory, being placed at
First
the
down and 10 at the 48-yard line. That
First
was
and 10
another one of
from
those
the
pseudo
Chardon
screen passes,
48.
almost like a screen slant.
Yeah. But the thing is, you got these quick receivers out there. Once you get the ball in the hands and they're almost in a one-on-one situation, they're very dangerous. It was a good job by Dag to bring him down there.
Calhoun is hobbled, too. Back is Rogers. Here comes the pressure. He is grabbed, and he throws it down, and it is incomplete.
I'd think about grounding on that.
I don't understand why that's not intentional grounding.
Closest Red Raider to that ball that I saw was 79, and I doubt if he's listed as a wideout.
Yeah.
It's 6'3", 260.
I mean, he was definitely throwing it straight down to the ground. He didn't even try to get the ball up in the air. He made no secret about the fact he was trying to get rid of it.
They're just bringing the line of scrimmage.
Yep. So that'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Oh, I see somebody on the sideline there holding his arms out, which probably means...
Second and 10 for Kent.
What does that mean on the Chardon
48.
sidelines there? Because, yeah, I definitely think that was a grounding call.
I don't know how you can spike the ball and not have it be grounding. 2nd down and 10. Great pressure there by the Hilltoppers. Here they come again. Rogers with time, launches it deep. Pass is incomplete. Merkel was back there.
Good coverage.
Pass was intended for John Bell, and they also had a Hilltopper take a tumble. It was Peterson who was going back on the coverage, and he fell down. He might have had a shot at picking that off had he stayed on his feet. 3rd down and 10.
Boy, he does have a Rogers got an arm on him, doesn't he? He just effortlessly can throw that ball 40 yards cross field.
Calhoun, who had come out of the game, is now coming back in at wideout, trying to shake off that little ankle injury that he had earlier. So it's a 3rd down and 10. 2:59 to go here in the first half. Chardon with a 14-6 lead. They'll bring Calhoun to the near side with Waheed. Bell and Hamilton to the far side. Ryan Whiteleather stays in the backfield. He will stay in to block. Rogers hit as he throws. Pass is caught, and that is Adam Hamilton. Oh, I thought that was going to be intercepted.
Well, he
got right by the ear of a Hilltopper.
He kind of threw it over his head and got it in a little seam that was opened up the cushion between the deep man and the up man there, and he just waited. It seemed for him to hit that open little pocket, threw it right in there. Ken Roosevelt's got another first down.
1st down and 10. They'll mark it at the 30 now. They swing it out. That's Waheed.
Looking for some blocking.
Yep, and slips through Bell, and finally brought down by Lee Thomas inside the 25 to the 24, maybe even the 23, so 6 or 7 on that 1st down play.
Yeah, but he danced around for a good 40, 45 yards as he just kept waiting for his blocks to set up, looking for the little lanes, and the Chardon defense did a good job of not providing them and holding it to just a 7-yard gain.
2nd down, and we'll call it a short 3. Still have yet to see Ryan Whiteleather carry the football.
No, it's been a total pass offense with one run, I think, by Rogers, the quarterback.
That pass is caught. Nice grab by John Bell. He hung on to that pass. Ty Merkel upended him.
That's all.
That'll be a 1st down.
That's all Merkel could do on that one. Because Bell just had position. It was thrown. He was in front of him there. He went up for the ball. Merkel just had to time his hit to hope to separate player from ball, which didn't happen. Good job by Bell on that one. Real good coverage by Merkel. Not much you can do in that case.
Great grab.
Yes,
1st down and 10. Under 2 minutes to go, first half.
Ken Whiteleather in the backfield beside Rogers.
Yep, Rogers will set up the screen, and that ball is tipped. Jake Young got a hand on it. It was either him or Joe Madsen.
Brings up 2nd down.
Wow, their
Oh, check that. Excuse me. That was Cody Carroll.
Their screens really aren't working well tonight. I don't know. I'm sure they've used them throughout the season, but for tonight, I don't know if Chardon's just scouted them out well enough that when they recognize them and stop them, but they're just getting nothing on them, and they're just not setting up properly.
1st down and 10, or excuse me, 2nd down and 10. Clock is stopped. 1:46 to go, first half. Rogers fakes the handoff that time. Now he's going to be chased by Young. Young's try to push him. Young will push him again, and that ball's picked off. Kersinger picks it off. He's to the 20. He will cut it back to the 25-yard line. Young pushed Rogers, and Rogers able to stay on his feet, and then he throws his 8th interception of the year, and the Hilltoppers get the football back. Kersinger with interception number 1 on the season.
It could have come at a better time, because I tell you, Kent Roosevelt was driving the ball, and the passing was clicking. They still had their full complement of 3 timeouts with 1:32 left, and they could have tied it up before halftime. And Kersinger came up with a perfect interception turnover there. Now Chardon can just eat up clock and take that 7-point lead in the locker room at halftime.
There's Peterson. He went around the far side and only got a yard or 2. Clock will continue to run. We'll see if the Rough Riders decide to stop it here.
I think they might wait for one more play to just see what happens here, because no need to stop it if Chardon's going to get a first down. It just kind of gives them more time to think about doing something.
It's like the team's getting a little chippy down there, so the referee was shoving everybody back into their huddles.
Well, you got to take control of that. Make sure that it doesn't get a little too out of control too early.
2nd down and 8. And there's a little counter to Peterson. 1st down and then some, and he is into Rough Rider territory all the way down to the 48-yard line. He was 1 tackle away from going all the way. Tyler Lohr saved the touchdown.
Yeah, because he was gone. There was nobody else to back him up. Even somebody with superior speed, because Peterson had a good 10 yards away from any other player in a red jersey. So I don't think we're going to see those timeouts being eaten up here. Chardon having the first down.
That is Ross. He will keep it with some room. He's to the 40. Good move to the 35, and he dives forward to the 31-yard line, and that's another first down. 18 yards on that play.
Well, it's almost a point he should have dived out of bounds almost on that one.
I think he was trying to get there.
Because I think Chardon's now in a position where they could possibly make an attempt at putting some points on the board, because they've moved the ball downfield really good here.
They still have a timeout left, but John Ross will bring them to the line in the shotgun. Clock is running, 29 seconds to go.
Yeah, get it snapped. Save as much as you can.
Ross barks out the signals. That's Kersinger in motion, and he takes the handoff. Got a nice seal block. He's inside the 30 and down to the 25, and here comes the timeout.
Yeah.
Jim fire right over there. With 14 seconds to go, they'll call their 3rd and final timeout.
Yeah, wow. You get one play if you can get it out of bounds, or an incomplete pass.
Yep.
And hopefully, really all you need to pick up, if you possibly can, maybe 10 yards, get it out of bounds and try the field goal. I'd try a 42-yarder with Marcotte.
Sure, why not?
I mean, this late in the game, you really got nothing to lose, and well, it's a fairly sizable field goal, but I think he's capable of pulling one off.
Well, and the nice thing is, this time of year, besides the fact that it's cold, you're not battling any wind or precipitation right now, so the conditions, aside from the little bit of the softness of the field, is pretty good for Sam Marcotte.
Except isn't the cold ball heavy?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say?
Yep.
So it's kind of like kicking a rock, but I think Sam can kick a rock 42 yards.
Well, if they get 5 yards, they can pick up the first down, and at that point, they can spike it once they set the clock in.
Right.
So with the 2nd down and 4, 14 seconds remain here in the first half, and Chardon's leading at 14-6.
They'll have to have it together, though, and get on that line quick, because you know, you're going to eat up 6-7 seconds with the play by itself, and then you got to get it lined up so you can spike the ball with at least 3 on the clock.
Ross going to throw. He's going to be chased. He fires, passes incomplete. 7 seconds remain.
Well, now your choice is to go to the end zone. That's about it, or try to break one into the end zone.
7 seconds remain.
Okay, so where are they? At 25?
25, it would be a 42-yarder.
42-yarder, right.
And some not so good footing where you really need to dig in and get that momentum. But here they come. They're going to bring Sam Marcotte in to give it a go.
Good deal. Good deal. Give them a try, and I'll tell you, what's the worst that could happen is he misses it.
Right.
And the best is you get a 10-point lead going into halftime, and that's just,
Number 10, Sam
well,
O'Kelly,
actually an
goes to
11-point
field goal.
lead
John Ross
with that.
holding.
I keep forgetting that missed extra point.
See how it goes here. Ross is the quarterback, and
They're faking it.
Yep. Ross hit as he throws, pass is incomplete. Now that was only third down.
Yeah.
So they could actually try it with 1 second to go, and Ross got drilled on the far side, but he bounces up off the pile. I think that was Norman Stikes who put it to him on the far side. So fourth down. Now Chardon's going to get the ball back to start the second half, so he may just take a knee here and be done with it. That way you don't, there's no
be honest with you, I'd give Marcotte a try at kicking it.
Yep.
I really would.
Well, they're going to set him up now, and they'll give him a little bit more time to get himself ready. 1 second to go.
Try the field goal.
Out of the Ross hold.
I don't think we're going another fake. I think he's actually going to give this one a ride.
Well, that was a good time to try it on third down. Marcotte's got it up, and it is heading in the right direction.
Oh, he hit the bar.
Hit the upright, and that will do it for the half. The Hilltoppers with a good first half. Marcotte hit that right on the button.
Yeah,
At
it
the
was
distance.
there. It was just a hair. He needed just a little more oomph.
And we have come to halftime here at Kent Roosevelt High School. And we're going to keep it right here. We're going to take you down to the field because it is the pride of the Hilltoppers. The Hilltopper Marching Band coming your way when the Hilltoppers are done on the field. We'll come back. We'll get you set for second half action. But let's go down to the field right now. Here they are. It's the Hilltopper Marching Band.
Understand anything he said. I need the wireless thing down there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2006 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. With Rachel Henry and Michaela Willis as drum majors, we would like to open our show with Tear the Roof Off the Sucker, Give Up the Funk. Ghostbusters was a huge hit at the box office in 1984 and is easily one of the funniest and most creative films ever made. The hilarious thrill ride of a movie never seems to get old or dated. Featuring Majorette Captain Mallory Geisman, Jennifer Blasey, Hannah Grau, Leanna Pretzel, and Elizabeth Grau, here is Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? and something evil is lurking in the dark under the moonlight. You see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you can make it. You start to freeze as horror looks you straight in the eye. You're paralyzed, because this is Thriller!
Back to Roosevelt Stadium. Hope you enjoyed the Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. Great night of football here. Both teams just coming out of the locker rooms getting ready for second half action, but couldn't do this without these great folks. I want to tell you about our sponsors one more time. Chardon Lakes Golf Course. May be cold right now, but just think, you could be golfing soon at Chardon Lakes. By the Junction Auto family, celebrating 75 years serving Northeast Ohio. You can depend on Junction Auto. Call them at 286-6161. By the Geauga County Maple Leaf. With outstanding sports coverage all year long, the Maple Leaf is proud to sponsor Hilltopper football. Go Toppers. By Precision Orthopedic Specialties. Experts in their field, call 285-4999 for world-class treatment. Go Chardon. By Connecticut Water Treatment. Not only great water treatment products, but great people, great community supporters. You can call them at 564-9111 for the absolute best in water treatment products and equipment. Special thanks to these great businesses and individuals as well. The Western Reserve Agency. Ward Lawrence has been a longtime supporter of Hilltopper football. You can call him at 285-3181 for all your insurance needs. Plum Incorporated. Special thanks to Dean Pesca for his support. Give Dean a call for your plumbing challenges, 285-7904. Chardon Rental, a great source for all those tools you don't have. Call 286-9473. They have everything at Chardon Rental. Goulder Electric, Keith Eldridge, class of 68, says, go Hilltoppers. Call 946-4026 for the best in electrical contracting. Dr. Louis Leone, family practice and sports medicine are his specialties, and he is the Hilltoppers team doctor. You can call him at 285-8585 for the best in medical care. By Peerless Electric, our name says it all. Call 729-9473 for all your electrical needs. Go Chardon. By Melanie and Chris Elliott and Elliott's Lawn Care Service. Call 286-6513. Spring is just around the corner. And by GTV, serving Burton, Chardon, and Middlefield for 10 years with great community programming for everyone. Thanks for watching GTV. I say it every year we have the playoffs, and every time we need the money to do these sort of things, we don't expect you to go and buy all this stuff. We'd love you to do that, but at least drop these folks a note, give them a call and say, hey, thanks for putting Chardon Hilltopper football on television so we get the kids some exposure, and the folks that can't make their way down to Kent get a chance to watch it. So at least if you do us that favor, pick up the phone, give these guys a call, and of course, hey, feel free to go out and buy anything that they're selling.
Yeah, definitely so. And there's a lot of good services out there, and they service the community, as you can tell. Because like Craig was saying, without them, this game would not be ongoing tonight.
My feet would not be this cold if it weren't for those people, right?
Yes, well, that's like a bonus plan on that one. By the way, real quickly, the first half statistics for Chardon. We had 230 yards rushing, 7 passing for 237 total yards. On the other side, the defense has done their job. Rogers has completed 9 of 18 passes for 156 yards, but couple that with the sacks and all, minus 23 rushing, since their running back hasn't even touched the ball. Total first half yardage 133 to Chardon's 237.
Well, there you saw the opening kickoff go sailing out of bounds, and that will give the Hilltoppers the football.
Yeah, it's almost like he mishit it or something, because they can't believe that they were trying to kick it away from somebody, because Chardon so far really hasn't shown great returning. You know, that's something that they really feared, like a 10-git back there or something.
Line will be
all right, here we go.
Chardon gets the ball at good field position at the 35.
They'll bring Liggett to the near side.
Actually, I thought they had the option. Didn't it go out of bounds before the 35? They had the option of taking it where it went out of bounds. I thought it was closer to the 40 where it went out.
They're waiting to get a new ball put, or the Chardon ball put into play. McCauley will be tight at left end. It looks like they've got Jake Young in the backfield.
Well, Chardon will start out as they have a good portion of this game so far in really good field position.
Lee Thomas is in there, and there's a handoff, and that's Peterson, and Peterson hops across the 36 to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line, so it looked like it was going to be a bigger gain there, and he gets 3 on that first down.
But a nice hurdling job by Peterson on that one. He got a good block where his guy knocked the guy to the ground, and Peterson had to hurdle over him, but yeah, he opens up with a 3-yard gain. It's moving the ball forward. This Chardon offense has just got to keep generating yardage tonight.
2nd down and 7. Ross up the middle, huge hole, first down, outside, oh, got tripped up. That could have been worse. That is up to midfield. John Ross with a nice run there.
Yeah, Nick Frank had a tackle, number 3, I believe. Just kind of tossed his shoulder into his little hip area and upended Ross. Yeah, he did have a gaping hole open up in the middle there, and Ross just took advantage of it big they can, and Chardon offense is on the move again.
Danny Dagg split wide to the near side. Ross shotgun, handoff. That's Peterson. Peterson is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that's it. Nice tackle there.
They sealed up that corner real nice to that Rough Riders defense, and they just took away any possibility of getting outside. Peterson tried to cut it inside, and that was sealed up as well. Good stand that time by the Kent Roosevelt defense.
Eddie Calhoun on the tackle makes it a 2nd down and 10. Joey Case will come into the ball game. He'll split wide to the far side. There's Peterson in the slot that way. There's Young in motion. And Ross going to keep it. Again up the middle with some running room. He'll fall forward for about 6 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
I was surprised a little bit on that one because they had good success with that fake jet sweep and send Ross up the middle in the first half, and so far it's worked effectively twice here already. I thought that would have been one of the adjustments that Kent made to take that away from the Chardon offense.
3rd down and 4. Ross barking the signals out. He's going to run the option, and he will cut it back and get the 1st down as he is inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. The Hilltoppers scored first in the first quarter. A Kyle Peterson 16-yard run. Sam Marcotte's PAT was good. Then 9:29 to go in the second. It was Rogers to Calhoun, 57 yards. The PAT was blocked, and it was 7-6. And then with 3:45 to go in the first half, Lee Thomas a 1-yard run. The Marcotte kick was good, and that's where we sit right now at 14-6 with 9:48 and counting here in the third quarter. And Chardon with the lead and the football. And there's Lee Thomas. Nope, actually that's Ross. He goes around the far side, and there's a flag. And I got caught again there, John, thinking that Lee Thomas would have picked up about 10 on that play.
Shoot, you gave it to the wrong guy there. Should have given it off, and then we would probably want to add that penalty flag thrown on the outside either.
Holding is a call against the Hilltoppers.
And that was out where they were trying to get Ross around the corner there. That's where he threw the flag. So it was one of the linemen out there trying to lead block, just grabbed hold of his guy.
That'll be about a 7-yard penalty. They take it from the spot of the foul, which was the 35. That'll move it back to the 45-yard line. So 1st down and 17 now for the Hilltoppers.
But the nice thing about that is if the coaches upstairs are watching closely, they'd say, you know, they didn't really seal on Thomas on that one. They're looking more outside for Ross, and so maybe they might just turn it around and give it directly to Thomas.
That's Charlton in motion. And Ross going to keep it. Ross will get the penalty yardage back and then some, as he will pick up 10 yards on that play and bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Again, they're not stopping that one. That's probably been their overall most effective play tonight, and I seriously thought that would have been one of the first plays diagrammed on the blackboard in the locker room of Camp Roosevelt at halftime.
So 2nd down, we'll call it 7. Clock is ticking, 8:54 to go third quarter. Chardon has moved the football very well. You heard John talk about the stats. Almost 250 yards of offense in the first half for Chardon. Well over that now.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Oh, there's a fumble. Kersinger going to pick it up, and he will be bowled under. Mike Zawistowski is one of the men there. Also, Norman Stites.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what happened on that, if the ball wasn't placed in the right spot or if Kersinger just didn't seal on it enough.
Bring up a 3rd down and 9. Danny Dagg will come in. Ty Merkel goes out for the Hilltoppers.
Again, we're probably very possibly in that 2-down territory. Again, depending on what they get here. If they get nothing, they might punt it away. Hope to keep it out of the end zone, of course.
Ross will go shotgun with Young in motion, and Ross is going to roll out. He looks. He's got a man. That is incomplete. Wow. Danny Dagg in and out of the hands. Nice coverage there by Javante Jackson.
I'll tell you, Jackson did save that one, because if he wasn't there, Dagg would have been able to pull that in. But Jackson was wrapping around him, taking his arms away so he couldn't bring the reception in. Well-designed play, just wasn't able to execute it properly. Dagg wasn't able to take it and put it safely away the first time.
Jake Young in to punt for the first time. 33 yards a punt for Young, which would be great right here.
No, that would be like ideal.
And
just so it doesn't skip.
He'll let it fly. Fair catch called for.
Whoa.
And taken and juggled.
Yeah.
By Eddie Calhoun, but that puts him back at the 15-yard line. So Chardon picks up a little field position on that change of possession, and now the Rough Riders will come out and see if they can get something going here for their first possession of the second half.
I think even though we call the fair catch, once that ball flies up in the air, it's fair game, isn't it? Because I believe so. I think that nullifies the fair catch. So, you know, a Chardon player was able to hit him at that point as soon as he touched it and the ball bounced out of his hands, but he was able to corral it and hold on to the fair catch.
Rogers going to run it on first down. Kersinger puts him down, but a gain of 6 on the play.
No, that's incredible that White Leather has not had a carry yet today. He's like had over 100 carries during the course of the season, or 10 a game. Here we've got a half plus, and White Leather has not touched the ball. That was actually the second design running play of the evening for Kent Roosevelt, both by the quarterback on design runs. All the other rushing yardage has been negative because of the sacks by Chardon.
Second down and a short 4, and there's Rogers again. He's got the first down across the 25 to the 27-yard line. So he'll pick up 5 on that second down, and that'll give the Rough Riders a first down.
Well, they're trying something, but why they're not trying it with their running back? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand why the ball isn't put into White Leather's belly every now and then just to offset, because Chardon obviously is thinking pass, because that's all it's been tonight is pass, 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 pass. And the best way you can offset that is with a quick run, and sometimes they can break for long runs, but they're not using their running back at all.
Rogers takes a snap, and there's a flag before the snap, so that should be against Kent.
I think we've got a procedure call coming against Kent.
That's what it is, and that will move the Rough Riders back 5 yards. This is their first playoff appearance in school history for the Rough Riders. 13 consecutive wins, 10 this year, 3 to end last year.
Well, they're a quality football team. There's no question about that. They show a lot of deserve. They show a lot of fight and all.
A great fan base here today as well. This place is hopping.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of cars parked out on the grass behind us here.
First down and 15. Rogers fires, pass, caught. That is Bell. And Bell gets flung down. Forward progress will give him up to the 28-yard line. So a gain of about 6 on that first down. Yeah, second down and 9.
They got a little bit of the penalty back plus, but it still brings up a second and long situation.
Ball's placed on the 29-yard line.
Clock continues to run. We're almost halfway through quarter number 3.
And I'm not going to say it's flying by because you'll get upset with me.
That's right. Rogers to throw, pump fakes, looking, has a man, that's Bell, and it's overshot. That is an uncatchable ball, way out of bounds. Bell got tangled up with the Hilltoppers' John Hannebeck, who was back there. But that ball was way overthrown.
Yeah, he just got a little bit too air, and actually Chardon had a very nice defensive coverage on that. They had the deep guy back behind him, the guy trailing after him, so they had him sandwiched in between.
Well, that pump fake worked very well early in the first half.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same type of pattern, where it's a fly pattern is when he does that. I don't see the receiver if he's doing a little hitch and then go or what.
3rd and 9. Rogers fires, incomplete. That was intended for Adam Hamilton, and I think the umpire might have gotten Hamilton's way, and he didn't see the ball coming.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not sure it wasn't intended for the umpire, because he kind of pulled his hands in to get out of the way of that one.
Well, the ball didn't hit him, so, and even if it would, that's the nature of the game. But
he didn't step out of the way. He kind of just went into the fetal position to try to get away from that one.
Here's Eddie Calhoun into punt.
Good job by the Chardon defense out there with a little help for the initial first down penalty by the Rough Riders.
Chardon sending Merkel back with Dagg this time, and that's a knuckleball that Merkel will take at the 34. He will turn around and get across the 40. Flags fly as he is up to the 47-yard line. And that
was way back was the flags. I'm not sure if we had
Merkel returned that punt for
an illegal block down.
Well, there's another one on the far side.
Oh, is
at
there?
the 35, and there's one right in front of us at the 48, so we'll have to sort this out and see if Chardon gets to keep the football or if we're going to have to do this all over again. John Ross satisfied with what he must have overheard as he is walking back to the Chardon huddle.
Yeah, but where he's walking back is like a 25-yard deep huddle. So I'm not sure if it's kind of like, come on, let's go over here, let them sort it out.
And we'll take the ball at any rate. And it looks like Chardon will get to keep the football, which is
maybe
good.
Come back a little bit towards where they're huddling up.
Yep. What do we got?
I don't know.
We got holding against Chardon.
Okay.
We've got an illegal block in the back against Chardon. So 2 penalties on that play, but it was post-possession. So they'll take the penalty, the one that's furthest down the field here at the 48-yard line. So actually they'll take it back to the 38. Dag actually caught the ball at the 33, so it's still
nets a little bit on that
one.
Well,
so
Chardon
will get the ball at the 33-yard line. They will come up to the line as they switch footballs. 5:35 to go. Third quarter, the Hilltoppers leading at 14-6. They had a decent drive early in this half. This is their second possession that stalled out on them.
Chain gang is a little behind here. They're having a rough evening here. What if they get some rookies in for the chain gang tonight?
Charlton takes that handoff and cuts it back and actually lunges forward to the 45. Ends up getting about 6 or 7 on that play.
Actually, that was a very good run by Charlton. They realized that the outside was sealed, and if he strings it out, he's just going to run out of territory and do something. So he did an immediate duck in and turned what could have been an absolute nothing play into about a 7-yard gain.
Well, and we're going to get a timeout for the Rough Riders with 5:20 to go. That's the first timeout they've taken here tonight. Don't forget that tonight's cablecast is funded by our underwriters, but we'd also like to thank all the GTV funding communities for their year-round support. They are Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, the City of Chardon, Hamden Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township. It's great to be able to continue to bring you local public service programming with a special emphasis on those communities. Thanks to our local governments for supporting GTV these past 10 years, and thanks to our viewers for their support and encouragement. We really do appreciate the response, and it's been great. We want to continue to keep doing this for you, and we appreciate all the efforts. And of course, tonight we'll tell you even later on about the fine sponsors that are underwriting this. This is not coming out of the GTV budget. This is coming straight from our corporate sponsors, and we appreciate that. 2nd down and 4.
Our generous sponsors.
And there's a 1st down into Rough Rider territory.
And this is where the Chardon offense can take control.
Yep.
The score here can start to put a little bit more pressure on the Rough Riders.
John Ross with another 1st down run to the 49-yard line.
They've actually moved the ball well tonight, I thought. The offense has done very well. They just not put any points on the board. Well, 2 touchdowns, but it seems like they should be further ahead than that. They've outplayed them.
Lee Thomas got tripped up as he picked up 4 on that 1st down.
Lee Thomas, the ball carrier.
Maybe closer to 3, so we'll call it 2nd down and 7. And he had a good head of steam going, and somebody got a leg in there and caught him as he went by.
The 46-yard line.
A lot of great football action, John. Week 10, some great teams in the area that are in the playoffs.
Their seasons, right.
Mayfield, just down the road a piece, and my folks out in Perry having a good game tonight from what I hear. There's another run, that time.
Lee Thomas, the ball carrier.
Lee Thomas.
Number 34, Ryan
He just
Whiteleather.
gets across the 45 to the 44.5-yard line. So it'll bring up a 2nd down third down and almost 6.
Yeah, by the time this is aired, everybody will know who's matched up 2nd round against who and who had a very successful season, but it's over for them.
Yep.
That's unfortunately, that's going to be half the teams in the playoffs.
Persinger goes in motion, and he will be the lead blocker as Ross tries to get to the corner and can't do it. Nice play by Adam Hamilton, linebacker.
Very nice play. He strung that thing out, just got his head in the classic tackle of the head in front of the ball carrier and just drove him laterally right out of bounds there. Chardon's got a 4th and fairly long. They'll be punting the ball again. As Young, who didn't have much to do with the kicking game in the first half, has now all of a sudden become a weapon here in the second half.
Actually, Chardon looks like they're going for it here on a 4th down and 4. Under 4 minutes to go.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a draw 'em off site. No, they're going to run a play.
Oh, no, John Ross going to boot it. So he kicks it downfield.
Not a bad idea.
It will go down
not
to
a bad idea that
to the
time.
14-yard line. So again, inside the 20, the Rough Riders will get the football back. Haven't had the greatest position here in the second half, and 3:45 to go.
First and 10, Kent, from their own.
Yeah, but with that passing game and the speed of their wideouts and stuff, field position really doesn't matter if you can break the long one.
Yep, you're exactly right there, and they've shown that capability all season long, undefeated in the regular season.
Yes. I tell you, Chardon's got their offense has to put them away. They got to get out of that one score could tie you, because they're still within 8, which, you know, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, you got a tie ball game. And this is an explosive offense that could go into. There's White Leather.
White Leather's got the football, and I think he fumbled it, and the ball will go to Chardon. How about that?
Wow.
Oh, man.
And now's the time. If Chardon could, this would be a real nail. Because it's kind of one of those, you make it a 2-score game, that's a rough one. But if you do it by capitalizing on an error being the turnover against them, that could put the big hurts on Kent.
How about that turn of events right there?
First carry of the game, incredible.
Man. You had a feel for that guy. First down and 10, the Toppers with the football in great position. They run the option. Ross kicks it back. That is Peterson. He's got the corner to the 10, to the 5, and outside and out of bounds inside the 5 at about the 2-yard line. Wow.
You got to respect Peterson for trying on that. He actually had both feet out of bounds, but he reached it towards the pylon. But the referee was probably standing there saying, "Nice try, son, but I'm sorry."
I'll tell you what a deflator. You can just hear or not hear the crowd below us now, John, and you give up the fumble, and then all of a sudden Chardon's got the ball at the 2, and big momentum swing here, and you got Lee Thomas in the backfield, and I'm thinking he's getting it, and he's into the end zone, touchdown. Lee Thomas from 2 yards out, and Chardon, boy, twice now they have capitalized on mistakes.
Yes, and this one really puts the hurt to Kevin Roosevelt here. And you know, the thing is, their offense isn't really going to change. They're not going to panic and go to the passing game because they've never left the passing game. Right. So it's going to be more of the same from them. And their only hopes are that it's going to start clicking properly for them. That was a good drive by Chardon. That's what you got to do. If you get somebody giving you the mistake like that, you got to make them pay. And that's what they did by this touchdown and the extra point.
Is good. 21-6. Chardon with the lead. Sam Marcotte with another extra point. Lee Thomas now with 7 touchdowns on the season. I got to say hello to a friend of mine, Don Gentili, who he went down to Lisbon Beaver, and for I think tonight enough was enough. He was not going to make the road trip to Kent, but I know he's watching at home and appreciate that, and missed seeing him at the game tonight. Watch him be here. I just missed him, but I heard he wasn't coming tonight. Said I would say hello. So, Don,
you're a loyal friend, Craig Dees.
That's right. Signed me.
That's not a Doc Gentili from Chardon, is he?
Yeah.
I know Doc.
Yeah.
Hi, Doc. You know both of us.
Well, he wasn't. If he was from Painesville, he wouldn't be watching.
Yes, he used to be, I believe, one of the part owners of Potpourri and Mentor.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, well, you could ask him.
He was a school teacher for a long time at West Geauga.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And one of the guys in charge of the suite level at the Jake. There's another something you don't know. See?
Wow.
There's Bell bouncing it around. He'll pick it up, and he will be swarmed under at the 13-yard line. Boy, oh boy.
I saw a towel come flying out of that. I mean, it wasn't a flag. It was a towel.
They'll spot it at the 17, actually the 18-yard line, so it'll be a first down and 10. Big series in this ball game right now with 3:20 to go.
That's just the type of thing when errors tend to compound, and that's exactly what happened on that one. Is he muffed the kickoff, but not muffed in the end zone. He had to pick it up and return it, and now Kent's again buried deep in their own territory.
Rogers going to roll the other way this time. He zings it out, and the flat pass was intended for Eddie Calhoun.
That's a coverage. It's very good that time.
Nope. A.J. Teresi.
Yeah, right blanket. Actually, to the point of if anybody was going to catch that ball, it was going to be Teresi.
Well, again, this is a squad, not that they've seen a guy the caliber of Rogers, but a guy that, a team that has only given up 71 yards through the air per ball game this season. And you mentioned Willoughby South. Now the conditions there were horrible, but not horrible enough for Chardon to score 45.
Yeah.
Second down and 10. Rogers lets it fly, looking again for Calhoun, and he overshot him. And coming in to make the big hit was Danny Dagg. Calhoun extended himself and tried to pull that in, and Dagg got there about the same time the ball did, but no way he was going to catch that. It was over his head, and he is a little bit shaken up as he walks back to the huddle.
And that's exactly what that helps the defensive secondary a whole bunch, because right away the guys, here's little footsteps behind him now with every time he goes out on a pass route. It's always good to get inside your opposing player's head, and I think it's what Danny Dagg just did with Calhoun.
Third down and 10. Rogers with some time. Now he's going to be chased out of the pocket.
Jake
Here
Young
comes a flag. Ross on the tackle is going to be short of the first down.
That's almost going to have to be a defensive holding out here.
Well, we've got a flag,
I would guess, because that's pretty deep out here in the pass routes. Unless the offensive guy pushed off to get himself free somehow or another. But I'm guessing defensive holding.
It will be about a yard or so short of the first down.
Now we'll see after the penalty. It could be the first down. Yeah,
it is against
Chardon.
Yep, and holding is the call against the Hilltoppers.
Holding penalty called against Chardon.
So that's going to be a first down for Kent Roosevelt. They're not sure where to put the ball.
No, the referee is standing back at the original line of scrimmage, I think waiting for the umpire to get there so that they can march off the 10 yards.
I don't know what the heck they're doing. They're conferring out there, trying to figure out. It should be right around the 25, 24 yard line. You spot it. That'd be a 10-yard penalty.
It should be, because it was third down and 10. It should be 10 yards, be a first down.
Right. Well, maybe the chain gang yelled out something in there. Trying to figure out if they're right.
Here comes the umpire now to go back to the spot.
What? Oh, he's taking it. It's a spot foul?
Well, they're taking it from the spot of the foul, and they're moving it up to now it's the 32-yard line.
Okay, okay, I'm lost there. He kind of marked it out to a place, marched it up about 6-7 yards.
15-yard line? I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, ball's at the 32-yard line. That we do know. First down and 10. Should be a first down anyway.
24-25, so it's like another, I'm not exactly sure what they marched off there.
Rogers on the keeper. Rogers got his head snapped back as he picked up about 8 on that first down.
Wow.
And coming in to make the big hit for Chardon, looked like Alex Coates.
I tell you, that's probably one of those plays that, well, right now they got to do whatever they can to get that ball moving down the field. But during the course of the season, I don't know if you want to take what's essentially your franchise quarterback and run him that much when he's taking shots like that.
Well, he ran the ball over 100 times in the regular season for over almost 500 yards. So,
but that's hard to say whether a lot of those were scrambles where he just saw the lanes open and took them.
Second down and 8. That time they run white leather in motion. They pitch it back out. They get the ball into the hands of Calhoun, and he's going to be close to the first down.
I think maybe a hair short. It's close enough they might measure, but I seriously believe he's a little bit short of the first down. Oh, well, where's he going to spot the ball?
Nope, it is a first down. They give him the first down at the 42-yard line, so they will move the chains. 2:03 to go, third quarter.
First down. Ball's on the 42-yard
clock up.
First and 10 for
Kent Roosevelt's got to make something happen. They got to get that ball in the end zone, start getting points on the board, or they're going to be in trouble here. Because Chardon eats up clock every time they get the ball.
Petrov takes care of Rogers after a gain of 4 on first down.
By number 95,
Rogers, you got to say, he's strong, too.
Yeah, he is a tough kid.
He's not really the quickest kid on the field, but I'll tell you, he's got some drive in those legs, and he's a little horse to bring down.
Second down for Kent.
1.5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Kent's not in any big urgency, which they shouldn't be, but they definitely got to come out with desperation, knowing that they got to keep the chains moving.
Second down and 6.
Chardon showing that they're going to blitz everybody right up the gut.
Rogers again breaks a tackle into the defensive backfield. There's a flag, and down Rogers goes at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, it could be a hold right in the area there. That's a shame, because he had, where they threw the flag, he easily had the first down by 5 yards already.
I think they're going to call the
back.
I think they're going to call the hold on John Bell. He jumped up off the ground and was not happy, but he got tangled up with somebody. Now they'll take it from the spot, which was
so they'll gain a couple yards out of it. I think the initial spot, which is about the 24.
Start right where I think it's 10.
Really?
Yeah, 10 yards. So it's second down, and we'll just basically have a redo of that play at second down and 6.
Okay, again, I didn't know exactly. Just because he throws the flag there doesn't mean that's the spot. So that might be what's throwing me off. It could have been a couple yards different there.
Under a minute to go, under 50 seconds to be exact. It's a second down and 6.
But they lost a nice play there.
Yep. Rogers hands it to Calhoun. There's a reverse to Bell. That fooled nobody. Down he goes into the arms of Cody Carroll there. Alex Petrov there. And that's a huge loss back to the 35-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, maybe it did fool somebody, but it wasn't Carroll and it wasn't Petrov, because they were standing 8 yards deep in the backfield saying, come on, boy.
Yeah. Came right into their arms.
Boy, he certainly did. It was kind of like, I'm sure he was going, uh-oh. That wrong time to call that play, because these guys sniffed it out something fierce.
Third down and 17. We're down to 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2.
Not going to get the snap out.
Nope, they don't. The referee blew it dead, and we have played 3 quarters. Chardon with a score here in the third has taken a 21-6 lead as we've got the fourth and final quarter coming at you here in just a moment. Tonight's game being brought to you by these great sponsors: Chardon Lakes Golf Course, the Junction Auto Family, the Geauga County Maple Leaf, Precision Orthopedic Specialties, Connecticut Water Treatment. Tonight's game also being brought to you by the Western Reserve Agency and Plum Incorporated, by Chardon Rental and Goulder Electric, by Dr. Luis Leone and Peerless Electric, by Melanie and Chris Elliott, and of course, all of us here at GTV. Great sponsors tonight. Drop them a line, stop by their place of business, tell them we said hello. Hopefully Dr. Lewis won't have a whole lot to do after the ball game today. Get the Chardon Hilltoppers back on the field. Was hoping will be another week 12 maybe. 21-6 is the score right now as we will head into the fourth and final quarter.
Okay, this is one of those that, if Chardon does happen to hold on here and they're going to go next week, give GTV a call, and we'll need sponsorship for next week as well, because really there's nobody's spearheading the drive to get sponsors, so it's almost like we got to have people come forward that want to, promote Chardon football and get the game on next week if it should happen.
Well, we'll talk about that hopefully later on. Rogers to throw, has the time. Petrov hit him. He gets that one complete to Calhoun, and he'll be about 7 yards shy of the first down. Petrov was right in the face of Rogers. So the Chardon defense gave him enough to give him the
they'll
reception.
give him the short one. We ain't giving you the first down.
And they're going to keep Rogers out on the field. So they're going to, looks like they're going for it here, John, on a 4th down and 7. That ought to tell you something right there about the urgency.
Yeah, this is kind of like game time for Ken Roosevelt. This is, right here is their season. Is it going to end at 10-1 or move on to 11-0? A lot depends on this play right here.
Rogers will take the snap. And roll out. He is going to go down back at the 37-yard line. Cody Carroll one more time in there. Cody Carroll with a couple of sacks. He's got 5 on the season now.
A couple of big ones right here today. 1.5 big ones here today.
Pocket collapsed again. I tell you what, Chardon front guys and the linebackers are getting some pressure on the quarterback, but you've got to hand it to these guys that are dropping back in coverage with some very talented receivers here.
Yeah, they're doing a real good job in coverage back there.
Chardon gets the football deep in Roosevelt territory at the 37-yard line.
I seriously think they have Kent Roosevelt on their heels right now.
There is Lee Thomas, and Lee Thomas for a tough 3, maybe 4 yards on that first down. And now you play into the strength of Chardon, which is obviously, John, keep the ball on the ground, get 3-4 yards at a crack, and more importantly, just eat up 3 or 4 or 5 minutes off this clock.
Yeah, an important thing that helps them out as well is Kent Roosevelt has already used their 1 timeout this quarter.
Yep.
Or this half. In the 3rd quarter, actually.
Mason Bishop comes into the game now for Chardon. Ross going to keep it, gets the corner, and then some. He's got a first down as he is on his feet to near the 20-yard line. John Ross with an impressive run along the far side, and he will pick up another Chardon first down.
Yeah, this is definitely putting every time those stakes move, every time that clock ticks, it just goes against this perfect season that Kent Roosevelt has going.
21-yard line, first and 10 Chardon from the Kent 21.
Chardon will run Case to the near side, Dagg to the far side. Bishop is in the backfield. And they hand the ball off. And is that Peterson? A little muddy.
We'll have to see. As he gets up slowly in from the bottom of the pile. I still can't see his numbers.
Persinger.
Andy Kersinger. Tackled
nice gain there by Andy. That's 9 yards on that first down.
34.
Boy, that's exactly, that just makes it so easy.
Now
Chardon's starting to get deep.
2nd down and 1. Mason Bishop left side inside the 5, and that's another first down. Just blowing open holes up front now.
Yeah, well, I think that's stopping them on 4th down. Just let the air out of the balloon of Kent Roosevelt, because it just seems like they see their future, and their future doesn't look bright tonight.
They spotted at the 5. Bishop is in there. Ross going to keep it over the left side, and he will get into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow. Big hole there, and John Ross goes in and extends the Chardon lead.
Yeah, that definitely is the big herder. Because that just puts Kent Roosevelt in the point of they got to score, and they got to score quick, and they've had just a brutal time moving this ball against this Chardon defense tonight.
John Ross, 5-yarder. Sam Marcotte in to attempt another PAT. 27-6. Yeah. The Hilltoppers lead it.
And the sad thing is Kent Roosevelt can't hide behind the run anymore. They have to go right to the air.
And that one is good. So Marcotte is perfect. And the Hilltoppers take a 28-6 lead with 9:28 to go here in the ball game. Don't forget, birthdays, anniversaries, and other special occasions can be made more special through GTV. Send that terrific picture or pictures to us, and we'll help highlight the event. Please enclose a self-addressed stamped envelope. Once again, our address is GTV, Post Office Box 336, Chardon 44024.
Just got to have through this point in the game so far, we got the leading ball carriers. John Ross with 20 carries for 143 yards. Many of them off that jet sweep up the gut.
Yep.
Though a couple have been outside. He's got good yardage, but they just haven't been able to stop him or a lot of this Chardon offense today. Chardon just came to play.
And they have showed up nicely here tonight.
By the time you watch this, you know exactly who the matchup is, but the last we heard, Shaw was beating Mayfield.
It was a close ball game.
Still a lot of ball game in that one, yeah. Mayfield can come back on him.
That is Bell on the run, and he will get it to the 29-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down and 10 now for Kent Roosevelt with 9:23 to go in the ball game.
I think you're going to see a little bit more hurry up coming out of Kent Roosevelt because they just don't have the luxury of, they got to get too many points, and they got to get too many points in a short period of time.
See some of the Kent faithful starting to hit the road.
No, that's not right.
I guess they're not so faithful.
Not so faithful. No, those are the one people still with the,
a lot of them
sitting on the cold aluminum. Those are the faithful.
Rogers will go from the shotgun. He will swing it out and got it into the hands of Bell, and Bell got upended by Petrov. A gain of maybe a yard on the play. I tell you what, the nice thing about the Chardon defense, you know, these guys, they've proven it a couple times on some big plays, John, where they'll stay in their lanes, they don't get too crazy, they don't over pursue, and they have been able to counteract most of the plays that Kent Roosevelt has run today, including, you know, a real big play last quarter was that reverse.
Oh yeah, they just sat on that. That had absolutely no opportunity of happening.
Second down 11. They actually give him a loss of a yard on that play.
I'm actually surprised Kent Roosevelt hasn't come with that quick, short, one-on-one type. Get the ball in the hand of one of your
Rogers
speedy
goes
receivers.
Down again. That time coming from behind was Jeff Myers.
Rogers tackled in the backfield by number 24, Jeff Myers.
Myers came flying in there and took him down all the way back to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, they're just taking shots right here because, like I said, the running game for Kent Roosevelt is, I think, history for this season.
Yep.
If they're going to have any hope at all, they're going to have to go with what brought them to this point, Rogers, and knowing that just makes it a lot more difficult for him to complete his task.
Third down and 16. We are coming up on 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Rogers will drop back again. A little swing pattern over to Calhoun, and he fumbles the football. Chardon picks it up. That's A.J. Teresi with it. He is back to the 30-yard line.
Wow. Just another one of those when it rains, it pours. The errors just keep happening, and there just isn't much you can say about it. I mean, Kent has had just a marvelous season. I mean, 10-0 in high school football anymore in Ohio is just impressive. It doesn't really matter who you play, but it's really impressive to get a record going like that and get your first playoff shot. And you know, congratulations to the Red Raiders. They have put together one tremendous thing. I'm sorry, I got to write them off. Things just are too many points to come, not enough time, and everything's going Chardon's way right now.
Mason Bishop burrows for about 2.5 yards on that first down. 7:39 and counting in the ball game. Chardon well in command here by a score of 28-6, and now we're starting to see a little bit more of a mass exodus below. You can't rightfully blame people. I mean, temperatures are in the 20s right now, and it has been an unimpressive night here, unfortunately, for the Rough Riders.
Yes.
Jake Young now in the backfield along with Mason Bishop. And Ross, he gets dragged down from behind. Great pursuit there. That's Eddie Calhoun from his linebacker spot. Dumps Ross for a loss back to the 33-yard line.
But the point is, every one of these running plays, 40 seconds or so go off the clock. And, you know, cumulatively, it's just 40 seconds going out of Kent Roosevelt's season.
Well, I think we saw Lake Catholic last week, John, do about as good of a job as of utilizing the clock to their advantage when they would go set as soon as that back judge would put the hand up in the air that, you know, when they got inside that 10-second mark on the huddle clock, and then they would run their play. And they utilize a lot of time there as Charlton gets it, spins inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Pick up almost 6 yards on that play.
4-down territory again, though.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
And to your point, it just eats up some more clock. They won't snap the football until we're under 6 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yep.
4th down and 8 will come up.
Chardon just taking their time back in the huddle.
4th and about 8 for Chardon.
And the clock ticking away. We're down to the 6-minute mark now.
Well, I've always thought this first week in the playoffs, if you can win the first week when you're not the home team, that it's quite an accomplishment. 4th down and 8. Ross shotgun. Fakes it to Charlton, keeps it, and gets buried under. And the defense for Kent Roosevelt has held there, and the ball will go over on downs. That was Ryan Whiteleather on
John Ross was the ball carrier,
tackle.
tackled by Ryan Whiteleather.
My point being,
Riders take over in
number
downs.
one, you're a bottom, 5 through 8 seed because you're on the road. And you're on the road, and it's not at a neutral site. You're at the other team's home field where they've got the...
They know all the nuances of the field. They know where the little holes are and what the quick side of the field is and whatever it happens to be.
So anytime you can win on the road in the first week of the playoffs, to me, is pretty impressive.
I'll tell you, one of the biggest things, though, is playoff experience. Because it's like a totally different game once you hit the playoffs. And Chardon teams know, not necessarily the individual players on this field, but the program knows what it's like to be in a playground or playoffs. And Kent Roosevelt is just realizing this is a season they can grow from and something they should be very, very proud of.
Well, there's going to be a pass interference call, and it looked like A.J. Teresi and Danny Degg both were going for the football there.
Pass interference being called.
They call the flag, and that'll cost the Hilltoppers 15 yards there, 5:38 to go.
From the line of scrimmage.
Yep. That we do know.
Well, unless they come up with something bizarre that confuses us, but I don't think so.
So there you have it. They'll move it up to the 43-yard line. David Rogers will finish out a very nice career here with Kent Roosevelt. And let's hope this guy gets a look somewhere.
You know what amazes me on penalties like that, where the guy, it's like each of his steps really count.
Yeah.
He's just walking to where he knows he's placing the ball, but he does it in this rhythmic fashion like his steps really mean something.
Well, if they didn't have hash marks, it would be a lot more difficult. John Bell on the reception there did a nice job there on that first down. That'll bring up a second down and 2 yards to go. The clock continues to move, 5:14 and counting in the ball game.
Kent, they've kind of given up. They don't have the urgency coming to the line of scrimmage here. You can see they are trying to score. There's probably no question about that, but trying to get back into the game, I think they've kind of given up.
That's Brahim Wahid who takes that pass and gets the first down to the 39-yard line. Dagg is there. Teresi is there.
And they're moving the stakes again.
If Chardon should hang on, which it looks like they will, the winner of Mayfield Shaw is ahead. And that will be at a neutral site. I would think if it would be either one of those teams, that's a great candidate for like a Bedford Bearcat Stadium, maybe.
That's possible. Or Mentor's still. Mentor's in the play now that they got the artificial turf there.
First down and 10. They wing it out. That is Bell. Bell with a blocker in front of him. Utilizes the blocker, stays on his feet, and dives near another first down.
Yeah,
Myers was out there to make one of the
guys. Depends on the spot.
By number 24, Myers.
The spot's going to be really close. They might measure this
4
one.
minutes remaining in the game.
John Hanovic out there as well.
I don't see any. No.
They're going to call it a second down.
Wow.
Yep, we needed to get halfway in. It looks like about the length of the footballs. We are coming up on the 4-minute mark here in the ball game.
Okay, I got a little bad angle because that kind of looked like it was darn close to me.
I'm with you. Rogers throws, pass, it doinks off the shoulder pads of Brahim Wahid, and that is incomplete in a third down, and that will stop the clock.
Yeah, I don't think he actually made the turn to go downfield that time, thinking he might have had the ball.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third down and a yard.
Yeah, we're at 3:52 left on the clock here. Actually, a very good, well-played ball game tonight.
Yeah.
And I seriously think the big difference between these two teams was playoff experience, where you just have to climb to a certain level, and Kent Roosevelt, never having been in the playoffs, didn't realize exactly what playoff football is all about.
Rogers will take it to the 18-yard line, and he'll pick up a first down.
David Rogers, the ball carrier,
I think,
by number 17,
again, we saw it tonight coming to the forefront. I look at the scoreboard right now, and through the first 3 quarters of the ball game, Chardon has given up 6 points, which is a little bit more than they normally do through 3 quarters.
Yeah,
the fourth quarter has been the quarter where more than half the points of the season against Chardon have been scored in the fourth quarter in situations just like this.
Then this is a very good offense they faced tonight.
Absolutely.
So they went a couple points over their average. I don't think you can fault them for that. The Chardon defense has done a great job job tonight.
That pass is incomplete, intended for Eddie Calhoun.
Yeah, I think he kind of trapped that against the ground to begin with, so even if he had held possession, pulled it up, I'm not sure the referee would have given that to him.
Scott Linville takes a seat on the bench. He comes out to a nice ovation on the far side. Nate Mullett comes into the game. Starting to get some of the second teamers in there.
That's good. Give him a few plays in the playoffs. That's how you build a tradition. That's how you build experience for years down the road.
Rogers with time.
Good protection that time.
That's Waheed. He comes back to the middle.
God, look,
got punished from behind by Myers.
Look at the white
Myers.
shirts around him.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 7 white shirts.
That is a first down.
And you're talking a guy like 15, 17 yards downfield.
Yep.
They just swarmed on him.
They wind the clock up, 3:12 and counting. Rogers has thrown a touchdown pass already. He has 21 on the season.
I'm sure he wants to cap it off with number 22, which he they dropped. Yeah, he had it.
Waheed was the intended receiver, and that was and should have been a touchdown. Waheed, I think he fell on the ball, John, and knocked the wind out of himself.
He might have it, but it hit right on his chest and came down, and he came down on top of it.
Well, while he is down, let's pause here. It is 28-6, 2:56 to go here in the ball game, and we'll wrap this thing up shortly.
There's a flag on the field. He moves the ball to the 3-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Riders from the Chardon.
There was a holding call against Chardon, so to make it a first down and goal from the 4. Actually, the 3 is half the distance to the goal as Rogers rolls out, dumps it into the end zone, touchdown. Calhoun with his 13th touchdown grab for David Rogers, his 22nd touchdown pass. So they've got 2 apiece tonight. They've hooked up twice now. And with 2:52 to go in the ball game, that cuts the lead to 28-12.
They're going to be going for the 2 to get back that missed extra point here. You got to try it at one point if you're going to get back into it, so why not do it now?
So they will go for 2.
Kent will attempt the 2-point conversion.
And Chardon their offense can close this game out with just a nice move the chains drives. Kent has a couple of timeouts left. Nope, overthrown.
PAT is no good. So 28-12.
With 2:52 remaining in the fourth quarter, score is now Chardon 28, Kent 12.
And Chardon will get the football back in hopes of running this thing out. Again, I'll tell you about our sponsors before we get out of here, but assuming this thing goes the way it's looking like in 2:52 to go, we'd love to be able to present you with another ball game next Friday, wherever Chardon may be, and we get the great same support as we did out of these folks this week. And if you want to jump on the bandwagon, just get a hold of GTV, and they'll be more than happy to help you out. Get a hold of Dave Jevnikar over at GTV. You can email him at geaugatv@alltel.net. That's geaugatv@alltel.net. If you want to fax him a little note, it's 285-9897. That's 285-9897. And we'd love to be able to bring you Hilltopper football again next week. We can't underwrite it through the GTV funds because of all the legalities and things of that nature. The regular season's one thing, but
and for a lack of bucks, actually,
right, yeah.
It shakes down to, your money's earmarked for other programming.
Right, we've got all kinds of other programming set, so this is bonus coverage thanks to our great sponsors that we'll tell you about shortly. But get a hold of Dave Jevnikar over at GTV if you want to jump on the Hilltopper bandwagon. There's a little roller that Myers falls on, nicely done. That thing didn't bounce at all. It just
it rolled on us. I've never seen one do that before. You always get some degree of bounce to it, but that one just rolled lateral, which made it kind of dangerous.
It was Emily Moran kicking the ball, and she's had a couple of attempts here tonight. The extra point that got blocked, and then that onside kick, and it just stayed flat. And Myers did a good job of not trying to do anything except fall on the football.
I guess Emily is a premier on the girls' soccer team, a premier goalie.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange. Your kicker, you get out of the goal, you'd think it'd be one of the people actually kick the ball more often.
Here's Peterson, and he cuts it back. I think he had visions of going out wide there, John, and thought, oops, I'll just cut it back a little bit, keep the clock running.
There's nothing wrong with that, though, because, again, that was a great first down play, and makes it conceivable to get that first down again, keep those chains moving, and more importantly, eat up some of that clock. Because Kent's probably not going to be using their timeouts as long as Chardon performs. Like, if they get to the point where they see they can stop them, they might chew up a couple of those timeouts, but till then, I don't think they're going to be using them.
Looks like a 2nd down and 3. Mason Bishop is in the backfield behind John Ross. He will take his time. He's doing exactly what we saw last week. There goes the back judge putting his arm in the air, and then Ross will get it moving, and that is Peterson. And Peterson, I
believe he got, or just shorts. I'm not sure where he's going to mark it exactly.
I think he's got
the referee out here has it marked well out. Yeah, that shows that's my angle's a little better. It's probably the length of the football he's got it by.
Well, it's funny when you watch the mannerisms or the mechanics of these officials. The official on the far side did the right thing. He's got to signal that the ball did not go out of bounds, so he runs the clock, but then he's got to stop it because it's a first down, which alerts the referee that when the play is started, then we can crank the clock up again. So it looks like their hair's on fire sometimes, but first down and 10, 1:35 to go in the ball game. Chardon on their way to round 2 of the playoffs. And they keep it with Peterson.
Again, a big gain on first down.
And he stays in bounds.
Yeah, he does. They see the hand winding.
Don't fix it. As we hit the 118 mark. 28-12 is our score. Peterson had a 16-yard run in the first quarter. Then we had a Lee Thomas touchdown, a 1-yard run, then a 2-yard run by Lee, and then John Ross with a 5-yard run. That's all the scoring for Chardon, and Sam Marcotte perfect, 4 out of 4 in extra point attempts. It is 28-12, and we are down to 54 seconds to go, and them Hilltoppers looking pretty good.
And I'd like to congratulate both these teams, the Red Raiders for being their first team ever into the playoffs. Just a great accomplishment for the school. Their 10-0 season was just amazing. And the Hilltoppers, who had a very successful season themselves and will continue on another week into the playoffs, as they came tonight and just played a very good team and played them dominantly.
And not to mention the Rough Riders.
What did I call them?
The Red Raiders.
Okay,
no, you're
I'm at
renaming
Harvey or something. Yeah.
Where are you?
Okay, well, I'd like to congratulate everybody possible. All the little people out there. So we're down
if I didn't give you the business, you wouldn't think I cared.
7 seconds of my worst blunder ever.
There we go. So that'll do it. Chardon has advanced to take on the winner of Mayfield and Shaw. So the Chardon Hilltoppers with an impressive on-the-road victory against the previously undefeated Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders by a score.
You didn't have to stress that.
28-12. Well, that's going to do it from here. But first, we've got to thank all of our great sponsors tonight. Without these folks, we couldn't have made this happen. And we're hoping we'll see you again next week. Chardon Lakes Golf Course. It may be cold right now, but just think you could be golfing soon at Chardon Lakes. By the Junction Auto family, celebrating 75 years of serving Northeast Ohio. You can depend on Junction Auto, 286-6161. The Geauga County Maple Leaf with outstanding sports coverage all year long. The Maple Leaf is proud to sponsor Hilltopper football. Go Toppers by Precision Orthopedic Specialties. Experts in their field, call 285-4999 for world-class treatment. Go Chardon by Connecticut Water Treatment. Not only great water treatment products, but great people, great community supporters. Call them at 564-9111 for the absolute best in water treatment products and equipment. We also want to thank these great businesses and individuals as well. The Western Reserve Agency. Ward Lawrence has been a longtime supporter of Hilltopper football. You can call 285-3181 for all your insurance needs. And Plum Incorporated, special thanks to Dean Pesca for his support. Give Dean a call for your plumbing challenges, 285-7904. Chardon Rental, a great source for all those tools you don't have. Call 286-9473. They have everything at Chardon Rental. By Goulder Electric, Keith Eldridge, class of 68 says, go Toppers. Call him at 946-4026 for the best in electrical contracting. Dr. Louis Leone, family practice and sports medicine. His specialties, that's his specialties. He's also the Hilltoppers team doctor, which will need him to look at the boys this week and get them ready for next week. You can call him at 285-8585. For the best in medical care by Peerless Electric, our name says it all. Call 729-9473 for all your electrical needs. Go Chardon by Melanie and Chris Elliott and Elliott's Lawn Care Service. Call 286-6513. Spring is just around the corner. And, of course, GTV serving Burton, Chardon, Middlefield for 10 years with great community programming for everyone. Thanks for watching GTV. Real quick, final thoughts?
Pretty much, I just think it was a dominant performance, a well-prepared performance by Chardon. Defensively, they did exactly what they did. Secondary played exceptional. The line put pressure on the quarterback to make him release it a lot sooner than he did. And the offense did exactly what they did. Showing flashes, spread the ball around, and put points on the board.
There you go. That wraps it up for us. Well, our thanks, as always, to executive producer Dave Jevnikar for the two guys that work the hardest here each and every week. Jeff Graw and Chris Graw standing out in that cold, giving you all these great shots. We thank them as well. For my partner, John Walsh, this is Craig D. saying so long from Roosevelt High School in Kent. The final here tonight, it's the Chardon Hilltoppers beating the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders by a score of 28-12. Hopefully, we'll see you down the road for more football action. Thanks for watching High School Football on GTV.